mine will probably be a bit more serious, so I apologize ahead of time. But I really wanted to approach this just by listing facts, because I feel like that's what you guys really need to know. So, my name is Margaret Baker. I am 23 years old, and I'm majoring in Health Services Administration. I'm also pursuing a certificate in Geographic Information Systems. During the day, I work at Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts in ticketing and customer services. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 11 months ago. MS is an autoimmune disease. It causes the body's immune system to attack the nervous system, which is made up of the brain, spine, and optic nerves. When this happens, the fatty and protective covering of the nerves are damaged, and if it's not controlled, the nerves themselves can be damaged. This causes all your nerve signals to stop or skip, depending on the severity of the attack. There is no known cause and no cure. Nerves run through your whole body, so every system function is affected. The symptoms can seem bizarre and unrelated to each other because of how large the nervous system is. The symptoms I've experienced in the past 11 months are skin numbness, loss of finger control, insomnia, fatigue, memory loss, muscle weakness, loss of balance, nerve pain, brain fog, mobility issues, depression, and temporary blindness. These symptoms can be permanent or temporary. I have a type of MS called relapsing remitting, which means I have relapses, which is a significant worsening of the disease and also an increase of the lesions in your brain and in your spine, which is caused by the attack. This also increases the possible areas for permanent symptoms. I also have the potential of reaching remission, which I'm luckily in right now. If there is not too much damage, you may be able to return to your unaffected state. But unfortunately, because of the lack of research and the lack of knowledge, most people don't achieve that. During a relapse, I'm required to have an MRI of the brain and spine, which is about a 2.5-hour process, to determine how many lesions have developed. I am then put on a 5-day solumedrol steroid drip in a hospital to reduce the inflammation in my brain. In regular life, I administer a daily shot to help slow down the course of the disease. I take nerve pain capsules twice a day and many different vitamins to try to keep my body healthy. It is very important that I stay well rested, stress-free, and keep my body temperature cool because any overexertion of the body can irritate the disease. After my first relapse about a year ago, I was fortunate enough to return to myself. I was training for the New York City Triathlon and I was healthy and happy. After a hard run in September, just 5 months later, another relapse came on, and that time I left the hospital walking with a cane. My mobility has improved. My mobility has improved, but I am advised by my neurologist to limit myself to long walks and light strength training. Or as she so bluntly put it, you have a brain disease and you're not a superhero. In the past year, I have learned many things as I have tried to continue my life as normal, often resulting in a string of disabling symptoms, which I listed earlier. Before this disease, I was an athlete, an active theater stage manager, and I was an independent, responsible person who loved to take charge and take care of others. I prided myself on being dependable and timely and was the person who protectively guided friends through high school breakups at 3 a.m. Despite my previous role in this life, I have had to learn to be responsible and dependable, but to myself first now before others. It is a constant battle when you have to choose between the people you love and yourself. It is something I struggle with every day as I see how much my pain has caused those I love pain. I can't spend my energy trying to protect others from my struggle by trying to walk that off. I have had to learn to ask for help, which is something that still hurts my pride. This disease has changed my identity, and I am still figuring out who I have become. I was always a together person, but now I just have to cancel sometimes and try to be okay with that. One of my biggest fears is that someone will read my struggles as laziness or inability. This has been an identity crisis for me, and I'm sure those closest to me have felt that impact. As there are many things that I've mentioned that seem very negative, there are also things that have been given an opportunity to thrive and improve. This world is not made for those with disabilities, and I experienced that both with the lack of physical assistance as well as the verbal insults that showed me just how uncomfortable people were with me being a young person with a cane. So the thing I've been thinking about is what Socrates pursued. He said, "I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing." After transitioning from able-bodied to disabled, seeing public reaction to my transformation, as well as feeling my own disdain towards others who have MS, who do not appear as strong or determined to fight, I have come to the realization that I do not know. I did not know what it felt like to be disabled, and I think it's human nature to think that we, if put in that situation, would be more successful. I do not know even what another person with MS is going through, even if we have the exact same symptoms. There are so many factors in life that provide you with specific tools, and nobody has the exact same set of tools. Some people do not have a support system. Some people were abused in different ways, or maybe just neglected. I have been extremely fortunate to have been raised on books that gave me an imagination and a thirst for education. My parents are still happily married, and I have an amazing boyfriend who has gone through this whole journey with me. I have to say that I'm incredibly lucky to have these tools, but these are privileges that were given to me at birth. This thought can be specifically applied to the disabled community, but I believe it's a message anyone can use. People do the very best they can with the tools that they have been given. So please, be mindful, admit that you just do not know, and be kind. Kindness is catching, and this is a tough enough city. Thank you.
Margaret. I think Margaret out of the whole panel is a person who's struggling with this newly. So thank you so much for sharing that. Sorry. Our next panelist is Edmund DeStio. I'm sure most of you know Edmund. He's been out there giving away flyers and buttons, and he's always involved in so many things on campus. So he is originally from Ghana, came to the United States just over a year ago when he won the lottery for